What is up, chiquitas? I am here again. It seems like forever, although technically it hasn't been that long. It's literally been like a little over a week. I just haven't had the chance to post as consistently as I like. Although, I mean, I feel like about once a week is not bad. Like, I don't feel like I'm completely terrible, but this
If I see one more ultrasound or pregnancy belly on my timeline.
that is my sister. She's talking about people getting pregnant that you know when you're young. Well.
Hold your breath, people. It's contagious, apparently.
It happens. Everyone is out there having babies. Just wait till the time is right, my friends. Wait till the time is right. Okay, but I'm excited because I was in New York over the weekend. It was so much fun. There's going to be a vlog coming out about that. I'm going to try to not give things away because you'll see it, but I will probably reference it because, well, it was fun, and that's what I have to talk about. That, and if you did not know, which you totally should, because it's the bomb, and if you're just living under a rock, you should get to know musical theater. You know I love my musical theater. Last night, my friends, was Rent live. I was so excited. Ooh, look at me dropping stuff. I'm always dropping things. I was so excited because, well, Rent is just an amazing musical. And if you are not familiar with musicals out there, Rent is a story about like a close-knit group of friends, most of whom are dealing with the AIDS epidemic in the 90s and like gentrification of the city and rising rent prices. It is very good, written by Jonathan Larson and Fox as part of their live theater show that they do every year. That was the one they chose to do this year, which is not a bad choice because I feel like usually what they try to do a show that appeals to a mass audience because, well, they're a network that reaches a lot of people. So, like, I get it. So they've done... Ooh, you're going to roast me on this because I don't know exactly which ones they've done. I know there's been Grease, there's been Hairspray, but NBC also does a live one, so I might be getting them mixed up. And there was Sound of Music, The Wiz, all those, which are probably a combination of both NBC and Fox. I don't know which one did which. I don't keep track, honestly. I just watch them. But they try to do a show that appears to a large audience. But to me, most of the time, the shows just end up being corny. Like, I'm sorry. Grease is corny. Hairspray is cute, but I want something that rocks. And nothing rocks harder than a rock, kind of like a rock opera, like Rent. And as always, they try to like even it out with newcomers / Broadway people who are used to this and stars that you may know that this might be their first time trying something like that. Like Mario was in it. That was probably one of his first musicals. I don't think he's ever been on Broadway or anything, which honestly I think he did pretty well. Benny isn't like a huge part, but he does reoccur in the show. But those his riffs are so pretty. So I wasn't mad at him. I think he actually did pretty well. I was happy for him. I wouldn't shame him for the work that he did. And then there was Brandon Victor Dixon, who I don't know if he's considered like a star, but he was on Jesus Christ Jesus Christ Superstar, the live one they did during Easter, and he killed it. He killed it as Judas. I'm not trying to make any puns about, Judas betraying Jesus, because, yeah, that's depressing. But he was amazing, and his voice is great. And I also loved him as Collins. He doesn't sing as low as the original Collins, which I was wondering about that because I heard him get up into the rafters during Jesus Christ Superstar. So I was like, is he actually down there like a bass baritone level? Like what's going on here? Is he gonna start singing like, live in my house, I'll be your shelter? I was like, okay, well maybe he's got range like that. He goes all the way up there, all the way down to like kind of the basement. But apparently not. They just took it up, and he sounded, of course. Well, I didn't expect anything less than perfection from him because, well, he is perfection. He's just extremely talented. And then what was it? I'll cover you reprise he did after Angel dies was beautiful. One of the most emotional parts of the show. But can I say, I got into it late, okay? Later than everyone else. Like, I didn't start watching it until after it had gone off because I was taping it on DVR and I was coming back from the city last night while it was, like, airing. So I get here, I settle in for like a while, and then I finally get to turn it on. And I'm texting my friend, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And then she says something about parts being previously recorded, and I saw that at the beginning. I was like, wait, what? I didn't know what was going on because it was rent live. That was the point of it. So I was like, what? I don't understand what you mean. I was telling this to my friend. What do you mean previously taped? Like, what's going on? And then right as she says that, they do the announcement that one of the cast members apparently broke their foot Saturday night during one of like the last scenes at what was their final dress rehearsal. And I was like, what? I was like, yo, that sucks. So everything, like most of the stuff we saw was from the final dress rehearsal. And I felt so bad for them. I mean, don't mean to sound like a jerk, but I understood like he broke his foot. But, like, can you not give the man some crutches, have Roger hobbling around something? I was like, this is not like Broadway where if you break your foot, you get maybe a couple weeks off or you get such and such time off and then your understudy goes on and then you come back. No, this is one night. They get one night to do this, and they've been rehearsing literally, I think, for months. They don't rehearse like, I don't think like Broadway. When they're in rehearsals, they do it for months and then they have the one show. So when I heard that, I was like, that sucks because it ruins it for everyone. They've been working so freaking hard.
No, rent.
Shut up.
Pay the rent.
They've been working so hard, and then the night that it all culminates in doesn't really even get to be fully realized because this stupid accident that ends up happening. And I felt sad because when it happens like that, you put all your work into it, and you're supposed to put your all into the dress rehearsal, but you go into a dress rehearsal and it gets you hyped. So you go through all that and you maybe work out some kinks, but at the end you feel like, okay, we've done this, I'm ready. And it feels like, it's the warm up to what's going to happen the next day. Stop it! To what's going to happen the next day. And I feel like after you've done that work, you need some closure when it's done. And like the final performance last night was supposed to be this is everything we've been working
it's like
for.
Going hard in practice, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, the game's canceled, so we just gonna scrimmage.
Right? And it sucks. So like until this day, they still haven't like fully done out Rent. I feel like in your mind, you don't click off that it's done until it's actually done. So it's kind of an emotional event because you don't get closure. Though that is sad, I'm still going to judge them on what did happen because we saw performances last night. Whether that was the final or it wasn't, they went out there and they did stuff. So can we talk about, for one, the audience? I saw, and so many people, at least people that I know, were talking about this. The first thing you realize is this loud behind audience. The music goes, and these people are screaming so loud. You can't really even hear the people sing. And it just ruins the entire atmosphere. And I have to talk about this. Because this is my biggest beef with some of the live musicals. Okay. If you're gonna do a live musical, do it like you do a live freaking musical. Why do you have this like a concert? You know, this isn't Rent the concert. This is Rent live. So you got these people slapping up hands. Ooh, you come out, you go out in the audience. We're like touching people's hands. People are screaming like they're in a concert. No, this isn't Lady Gaga. This isn't Beyonce concert. We're not screaming. What we do is we sit there like good people, get involved in the story, and then when someone hits maybe a really high note, you go, woo! You don't go throughout the entire musical, yeah! You're not AC/DC, my friends. You're not watching AC/DC. Let us enjoy this music. I feel like it takes you out of the entire atmosphere when they do that. When I see a musical, I want to get involved in the characters and in the story. And even forget that I am surrounded by hundreds of other people. But the way that they put these things up, it's like they're basically concerts. And I mean, if you want to do that, you can. Like the way they did Jesus Christ Superstar was more like a concert, but I think they set it up that way, and that was kind of the way they marketed it. So that was okay, and it worked for that musical. But if you're going to do something live and try to dive into this musical theater realm, I need you to come correct and at least try to be along the same lines and work in the same conditions as you would a Broadway production, instead of putting it on a big behind sound stage in an arena with people who don't even realize that they're seeing a play and not a concert. So that's my biggest beef. Like, I can't even describe it. Okay, this is what it is. They become another character. Like, I think it's okay if you are in the audience yourself, but as someone watching it on television, the audience becomes a character, and it draws away from what a lot of people on that stage are doing. So it's fine if you have a live audience when people are doing that. Like, I honestly believe maybe you could even take out the audience and let people just watch them on the stage and like, but that's just me. It just pisses me off. I don't want to see them. I don't need to see them. So on to actual performances. I have vented about that. My favorites. Brandon Victor Dixon kills it. And his voice is so soulful, but he's like a pro. Like I said, I don't expect anything different. But Jordan Fisher, my baby, like, he is so adorable. And if I'm not mistaken, he's like one of the first, if not the first, mark of color. And he is so freaking cute. It's weird because the thing about Mark is he's supposed to be like this dork. He gets dumped by Marine. He's like this kind of submissive guy. But the energy I got from Jordan is more like, while he was a nice guy, I don't feel he was as much of a pushover as maybe it had been played previously. There were some moments in there when I was like, what? Mark is hot. Like, La Vibo, specifically La Vibo-M. Him on top of that table, when they first got into it, they go, La Vibo-M. And then he's like walking down the table before he even starts. He's like, I'm like, oh no. He's like, da 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 da. I'm like, whoa. And then he goes,
and I'm all like, oh my gosh.
He is moving his body. He's like, the need to express, to communicate. He's like over top of the girl. He's moving his body. He's like doing some rolls. I'm like, what? Why is Mark low-key hot? Like, never have I ever, in my years of loving Rent, have I felt like Mark was a hottie. I had some feelings. Because I don't even think that's the way it's supposed to go down. But it worked. It strangely and weirdly worked. I wasn't mad at it. I feel like he found a good balance. Like, he did the character very well. But he also found a way to make it his own. Because a lot of people, they have big names to live up to. Ren is a huge legacy and has been responsible for like probably giving equity cards to so many people of color and so many people maybe out on the margins. Because I know Rent was one of the first musicals I saw with people in it who kind of looked like me. Like, I saw Mimi and I was like, oh, crap. That's a role I can play. I saw Joanne and I was like, oh, wow. I can do Broadway. Like, black people can do Broadway. Hispanic people can do Broadway. Like, I don't have to feel like such a dork because I like musicals. And I think a lot of people feel that way about the show. It's a huge legacy, has a big old cult following, and amazing people that have come before them that have done these roles. Like, how do you go in the shadow of Idina Menzel? Like, how do you fill those epic shoes? It's not easy. So speaking of Idina Menzel and Maureen, we can go on to Vanessa Hudgens. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still processing how I feel about the way she performed the role. I was actually pretty impressed with her singing most of the time. There was just something about Take Me or Leave Me. Like, that song punches. It's one of the... Okay, there are a big number of known songs in this show, but that is one of the songs. Some people's favorite songs. One of my favorite songs, for sure. And there was just something about Take Me or Leave Me when they did it that just didn't punch for me. I think it had to do with the ending. When they were harmonizing at the end, it didn't come together. And I don't know if it's because the mics, because I know some people were complaining about the microphones. Oh my gosh, this is my sister. She is annoying my life. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm trying to take a nap. You over here blabbing in life or what?
Yes, because this is important. We have to talk about rent.
Why, you gonna pay some?
Shut up! We're not gonna pay rent.
Alright then, shut up.
But yeah, when they were harmonizing, the voices to me did not mesh. And I couldn't completely expect them to do the vocal fireworks that Idina Menzel did, because I want to say,
Oh, you know, I was showing to your viewers, these are limited edition.
what is so limited edition about them?
And you limited as to how long you can touch and give them back.
I hate you. Go away. Because that song was pretty much made for her and the original
Gangsters.
Joanne. But when you sing that song, you gotta bring it. But those harmonies did not come together. It could have been because the mic was messing up. Some people said it was.
Or they suck.
Or maybe it just, the harmonizing did not happen. So I was disappointed about that song. And then Over the Moon. Just the energy in that entire section to me was just weird. The way that she performed it. And the piece itself is supposed to be weird. Like, that's the point. She's like this kooky performing artist. But I also think there's an amount of pride and seriousness this girl takes in her weird, it might not be good, it might not even be good, but to her she's got to be a serious performance artist. And I felt she was just like kooky and weird in a way that I don't think was particularly Joanne. Like, she has strong convictions about what's going on in this town, and them like essentially just drawing all of these homeless people and people of lower income status like out of their homes. That's the whole reason that she does this. And I don't think I was convinced that she was in it for that reason. I'm just saying.
She had ulterior motives.
To me, she was just playing around. And I think that one of the redeeming qualities, because Maureen can come off a little narcissistic, but one of the qualities I liked in her, that she did have strong convictions and she believed in the weird work they were doing, even though they can be pompous, because you gotta pay your rent. You can't live in New York City and not expect to pay no rent. Like, you can't live anywhere, really, and not expect to pay rent.
It's called squatting.
And they literally do become squatters. It's a thing in the show. Oh, okay. So, I don't think I liked her that much. There was just something that was missing. I feel like she was trying very hard, and her singing's actually not very bad. I just don't think she has as much charisma and as much presence as the talented ladies who have come before her. I hope that doesn't sound too harsh. And the girl who played Joanne, her voice was pretty, but I don't know. I kind of forgot about her also. There weren't, and I think that's a recurring thing. Like, my only standouts were Brandon Victor and Jordan. Is that bad? Like, they all tried very hard, and I don't think they're untalented. Like, they are talented. I just feel as far as the hype goes, the only people who lived up to the hype, in my opinion, were those two guys. They were bringing it. Everyone else was pretty good, though. Oh, and my baby Valentina. Can we just talk? Can we just talk about Valentina? If you don't know, she's a drag queen who has been on RuPaul's Drag Race and RuPaul All Stars. This RuPaul All Stars this current season, and then she was season 9 or 10 of Drag Race. She is a beautiful, pretty funny drag queen. Like, if you watch the show, she's got her in the confessional makes my life every week. She's freaking. I have the life. Shut up. I have my life. She makes it every show. Her confessionals are pretty much the best. And I think, as far as acting goes, she's a pretty good actor for someone I don't think has really done something like this before.
My bicep is twitching.
Get some potassium. Unfortunately, I don't believe she had done much singing either, and that kind of showed. I think maybe she was scared, so when she tried to go like that in the end part of today for you, tomorrow for me, it like goes up and she's supposed to riff. She's like, tomorrow, oh, oh. She's like supposed to riff and go up. My poor baby cracked. But she was giving energy all up until then. I was loving it, living for it. And then she hits that real hard part because it's like sing speaking.
Are we still talking about the rehearsal?
It's all, yeah, no, like they did, the rehearsal was what they showed because they couldn't do the show.
That's not fair to her.
It's not, I don't think it was fair to anyone. But they just didn't have any understudies to go on because they don't.
Hey, your voice kind of travels. Can you keep it down? I'm trying to read over here. Thanks.
But yeah.
Nick,
So,
I was trying to take a nap. I'm trying to compromise here. I'm reading. Bring it down.
Shut up.
2 decibels, damn it.
So it could have just been her nerves that was getting to her, or maybe she just never really could hit
Hey,
this
did they
note.
show somebody breaking their ankle?
I know we didn't see that. Like,
Well, how you just gonna cut out the good part?
you were so rude. I don't know how it even happened. I don't know how he broke his ankle.
He did it behind stage. That's stupid.
Yeah, maybe he did. Like, that's what I was thinking because
Why
if it
was he
happened,
walking?
they said it was. You said why was he walking?
I said, well, I'll watch where he's walking. Or maybe he should have been on one of those stupid hoverboards. They have lights.
You're so weird.
To break a leg, said, forget it. I'm just gonna do the ankle, you lazy bastard.
That's what I'm not gonna lie. I would have just been like, give me some crutches. I don't know how they were completely like.
Boot, he'll be okay.
That's what I was. They did Hedwig. Oh, they did Hedwig in the Angry Inch on Broadway, right? Like a couple of years ago. Shut up, Hedwig in the Angry Inch, and John Cameron Mitchell, who was performing as Hedwig, also he wrote the show. And he was performing in it. He broke his ankle doing that show. He got a boot. And he did Hedwig in the Angry Inch. So like, part of me was wondering, like, was there really nothing they could do but show a freaking rehearsal? I don't know. I guess the world will never know. But yeah, I believe Valentina was the character when it comes to acting. I was so proud of her. But her singing was obviously one of them was probably the weakest. That's because she's not a trained singer. So I kind of give her more leeway. And then they did I'll Cover You. And at the end again, when they harmonize and they're supposed to riff a little, it wasn't the best either. But I give her A for effort. Well, I give her B for effort. And then Mimi was alright. And that's really all I can say about it.
Are you done your face yet? Is this why it takes you so long? Is this what you be doing every morning when I'm like waiting for the table?
Sure. No, it's not. It's not.
It is. She be talking to herself. Talk to herself.
No, I don't.
You're talking to yourself now.
But I'm just happy they did it. I think they chose Red, and it was a good compromise between like corny, cheesy, frickin' like Grease, and something that's way too edgy that they can't really show on cable television and won't.
Whatever happened to Cats? Wasn't that thing on Broadway?
Cats is not better. That would not be better.
That was totally a joke. I've never seen any bits or pieces of it, but I kind of want to like take a pair of Tims to whoever created it.
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Who's that?
Yeah, he's Broadway royalty. That's who he is.
Oh, okay, well that was stupid. He was a damn. First of all, I hate cats. Real cats. I'll deck a person's face with just like.
It's really weird and an acquired taste, and I do actually get in a mood sometimes where I want to watch Cats, because it's just nonsense. Cats is just the most nonsensical thing you have ever seen in your life.
Oh, what me do that to myself? That's just senseless.
But it's the best.
Yeah, thanks for bringing the makeup back.
Oh yeah, my sister likes to steal my makeup. And when I went to New York, of course, she wanted to try to steal my makeup, but I took like the best stuff with me. I took a lot of stuff with
She
me.
took everything with her. I just figured, I felt bad at first, and then I thought about all those years I used to buy all my stuff and you stole it. So
Why?
I'm just gathering my reparations. That's all.
No. She just doesn't want to spend her money on makeup, so she takes
Damn,
mine.
Snoopy, I'm cute without it.
Debatable.
I'm cute without it. But
Uh,
your makeup's more expensive, so go ahead and use that.
I hate you.
Why? It's better than the thing. Like I like.
So yeah. I think it was good in theory. The
Karen,
execution
did
could
you
have
feed
been
the Yeti
better.
today?
What?
Did you feed the Yeti today?
Shut up. By the Yeti, you're referring to your rabbit, which you never feed?
First of all, my rabbit is well fed. I think you can tell that in her weight.
Yo, your rabbit be fat.
Hey, y'all don't come in my baby's neck like that.
I just dumped it. I'm just coming
You
at
gonna say
her.
that to her face though?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go get
Yeah,
her.
I would say it right to her
Say
face.
it to her face so she can dig right into your chest too. Get her, Nana. Come here, Nana. Hi, Peter Bottom.
So yeah, I think it was a good balance between corniness and something that's appropriate and will still draw audiences. Like in theory, it was a good idea. Plus, you know what I was really scared of? I was scared that they were gonna
Say it to her face.
You ugly. I was scared they were gonna censor it, and it was like, because the whole point is it's gritty. It's supposed to be gritty and in real life and about people on the fringes kind of society, just trying to make their way. Oh my gosh, just trying to make their way and live. So all those things that they say, I feel like they serve a purpose. But I think they did censor it. They censored it some, like there were some lyrics in there that I know they changed for sure, just for like appropriateness here and there, but I don't think it was impeded upon the message of the production, which I was very proud of them for, because I was really scared they were just gonna F it up completely.
Keep in mind, that's where your litter box is, Nana. Use it.
She won't.
There will be no accidents today. You gotta get you a rabbit that uses a litter box, people.
You have to train it to do that. It doesn't just, they don't just come from the pet store and they write in the little label where they tell you what kind. They don't write in little writing, oh, this is potty trained, came out of the womb that way. It doesn't happen that way. You have to train it. You can train pretty much any rabbit to use a litter box. You just have to probably start when they're young, so.
I know this much. If I see you even look at another wire, we will have a huge problem.
Oh yeah, she's feral. She chews on wires.
First off, don't come at my rabbit's neck like that. Secondly, she gives kisses, okay? So.
No one wants it. No, she doesn't.
Come here, Nana.
Don't come in too close because she'll freaking claw you.
That is on a bad day when you know she already had an attitude, okay?
No, she's just bad.
Don't act like you don't know she got an attitude because she lets you know ahead of time before you even try to pick her up, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so she don't stop her foot to let you know? She don't flex her teeth? No, seriously though, like my rabbit legit has an attitude. I didn't even know a rabbit could have an attitude.
She does.
Until I got my rabbit. Like our parents' rabbit.
People want to act like bunnies are weird pets. I want to say they're no weirder than like a dog. They're like, they don't do anything. They just hop around. That's not true. I want to say the rabbit, her rabbit, and my parents' rabbit definitely have a personality. Okay. Oh, but yeah. So I got some great footage in New York, people. We did some fun things. And that vlog is gonna come out. Hopefully I can get it out soon. Like I said, I'm trying to
cut it out.
I'm trying to be consistent. I told you she doesn't know what she just does
what
what
the hell you put under your thing.
Nothing. Shoes.
It's on your bed.
There are shoes
under your bed.
Okay. There are shoes under the bed.
There's a lot of stuff under your bed.
Mostly shoes. But yeah, I got some good footage in New York. And hopefully that will get edited soon so you guys can see. I did something particularly exciting. It's a special little surprise. Alright. I have to finish getting ready because messing around with y'all, I'm gonna be late. So I'm gonna sign off, hurry up, finish my face. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you felt about Rent Live. What are your opinions? I want to know. I'm very curious. I feel like it was just a really weird situation and different people had different opinions about it. So, let me know. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, join the Chiquita family, tell your friends, and just come back, hang out. We'll have a Kiki right here on my channel. Alright, I love you guys. Mwah.